Welcome, everybody, again, to This Week in Gaming, a Slightly Salted Squad. We had some misfires here. Unfortunately, work's been running right up to the stream. But anyways, thank you for joining us today, October 2nd. It's October already, somehow.
Already?
For episode
I didn't even think about that.
44. Where we're going to be talking about Shawn, Layden, Cyberpunk CGI, Geese, and a whole lot more. We appreciate you watching or listening, whether it be live on twitch.tv/Slightly Salted Squad or later on YouTube or your favorite podcast network. If you haven't yet, please check us out on Twitter and Instagram for news and updates. And if you actually want to support us outside of Twitch, click those follow and subscribe buttons or check us out on patreon.com/Slightly Salted Squad. Most importantly, though, if you actually want to play with us, whether it's, let's say, Mike with WoW Classic or
WoW Classic,
me not playing games sadly right now, but make sure you check out our official Discord that you can find, twitch.tv/Slightly Salted Squad. Okay, enough of that. As always, I'm John at Inept.
I'm Mike at Sregge.
I'm Deion at Taiko.
And before we get into the news, 1 month from today, that would be November 2nd, Extra Life 2019. It's almost here.
2019.
It's kind of crazy.
It is. It is.
Eventually, there's going to be a nice little graphic on the top left. That did not get done today. But that will be for next week. Promise you that. But as always, we're also asking for any ideas you guys have, what you want to see us do, whether it's streaming party games, it's individual, certain game requests, shaving heads, tattoos. Somebody asked if I would chug a gallon of milk in 90 seconds or something like that, which sounds like a terrible idea.
That is a terrible idea.
I do want you to be alive.
I'm getting a lot of like those
extra life, you know. Just keep that in mind.
That's a good one. That's a good.
So,
good
for those of you guys who are not familiar with Extra Life, once a year they do a 24-hour gaming marathon. So we will be hosting. We did last year. We will also be doing it this year, right here. We will have a 24-hour mega show, likely broken up into several smaller, tiny shows. But we will basically be streaming all day long to try to raise as much money as we can. Last year, for a $100 donation, I shaved my beard live on camera. And after we hit the $1,000 mark, Inept here shaved his head. So if you guys have anything that we could use for benchmarks or anything you'd like to see us play, I have 1 month to get into Molten Core, and then we'll do Molten Core live.
Thanks for the host, Tin Man.
Yeah, thank you, Tin Man, and thank you for the follow, Draconian Sun.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. You guys, the community, you guys are what makes us do this, and this is you guys are great.
Yeah, and Extra Life is definitely where we try to go all out. Last year, I think that was, I would say, probably our biggest Twitch day that really kind of got us that momentum and got us super into it and committed and everything, just because of all the support everyone showed. So we're very excited for this year. Target/Archer Farms has still not responded to my emails, but that will not stop me. I will continue reaching out.
No, we shall persevere
and continue eating their product regardless of what they do. So,
right.
Delicious.
Okay, I think we covered that. Quick side note, unfortunately, I will not be doing a stream tomorrow night. I will be attending Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Orlando. So if you want to join me there, I'll be there. Horror guy, I'm looking at you.
Twitch IRL stream, dude.
You're always there. They yell at you for cameras, unfortunately. I briefly thought about it. I could walk and show you guys the lines, but that might be super boring. So. Okay, but hey, enough of that. We're going to get into the news. Okay, that macro worked. That's great. Thank you, Streamlabs/Stream Deck for not fucking that one up. Okay, let's get right into the news with The Last of Us 2. Yes. Apologies for the shitty quality, but there was hands-on gameplay shown for about 2 hours worth of gameplay. Real quick, Dead by Dawn, you're here. Thank you for showing up to the stream, and you haven't missed anything.
What up, dude?
We're getting into the news. We've been covering
you missed
Extra
it.
Life.
We just talked about Tarkov. Actually,
oh yeah, you're right.
Bro. So
Tarkov.
we weren't gonna. We hit everything.
It.
So
we can't. We'll circle back at the end if we
have
time. We have time.
We'll get back to that. But Yeah, pretty shitty image quality. Well, it's 720p. It's not that shitty. But some gameplay. And it goes through a ton of stuff. There's a ton of articles out there. One of the very, I would say, comprehensive ones I found was over at GameSpot. Nope, not that one. Apologies. Where did that link go? Let's see. No. Everything is falling apart and crumbling before my eyes.
I believe in you.
There we go. GameSpot's probably like, stop using ad blocker. Let me just put you to another thing. So very long article about a lot of the different aspects of the gameplay. So the co-director, and now I'm blanking on his name, Anthony Newman, gave them a lot of information over GameSpot, said that it was supposed to be unsettling, but then went into detail actually about how all of the Last of Us, I guess part 1, if you will, listening and heartbeats and everything like that had become a lot more amplified. So the breathing intensifies, so you're actually more easily detected if you're more scared and you're running more and things like that. The AI itself, whether it's your partner or the enemy, are a lot more actually intelligent and they think like humans. They actually can kind of predict things based on human behavior. The ally damage is actually a real thing. It's not like one of those, co-op AI things that's just cinematic where it's shooting people, but it doesn't actually damage people. They actually do the exact same amount of damage as you do, as Ellie. I said the enemy AI kind of predicts you a little bit. And then there are dogs that you actually leave a scent trail, which if they cross that, they will quickly track you and follow you. So really, you're just supposed to be pretty much high tension, scared, nervous the entire time from what it sounds like. Question.
I can't
Killing dogs in a game. Thoughts?
Are the dogs trying to kill you?
Well, so
I mean, we've done it in COD, Call of Duty dogs run up on you, pop, 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 pop.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
You don't kill friendly dogs,
right.
But you do kill not friendly dogs. That's the rule.
So, OG Wolfenstein.
What about
if they drop loot, they're fair game.
What if
they drop? Okay, that's pretty good.
So yes, they are attack dogs. They do sniff you out, things like that. So I think that makes it a little better. But from what I heard in the gameplay, people were actually talking about how it actually made them have a little more emotional response to it, because all the gameplay and combat is like fairly intense and kind of gory, what people are saying about it.
Have you heard what they actually... Sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it. Go for it.
They actually have an entire empathy system built into the game. And so anytime you kill a human player or an animal that would be considered a human pet, the other alive NPCs will call out their name, or they'll run over, or they'll cry, or they'll yell out in anguish, or they'll try to elicit some sort of emotional response from you because they want you to feel that every person in this world... Right, exactly. Yeah. Each person in this world has a complex life, and they all have their own family at home that they're fighting for. They believe in their cause, and they're not just like henchmen, which I think is so dirty. And that's probably where a lot of that unsettling thing comes from, right? So you go with your bow and you're sneaking through and you pull back your arrow and you hit a woman in the back of their head and she drops, and then suddenly from the back yells out, "Anna!" And then like there's like a life to it, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was one of the actual quotes that the co-director said. It was like, not only does every enemy have a name, they also each have a heartbeat. So they all have kind of like different patterns of that stuff as well.
It's those little details that really just make a world of difference. Yeah. They really do.
Draconian Sun asking, how tasty could the dogs be? To be honest, at this point, probably everything's pretty tasty.
Yep.
I mean, I'm going to just hazard a guess. There's going to be a cannibal somewhere in the game because that's just how games
100%. 100%.
Yeah, for the AI, essentially, they recognized the enemy as either being completely ignorant to your presence or exactly knowing where you are and tracking you type thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a wide range of combat and focus and stuff like that. So insane. And now that we know, February 20th, right? I got that right? That's realized I don't have it written down. Can you just double check me on that?
I think it's February 21st.
Let's see. There was one other. Oh, there's one other thing, but that might have been it. So cannot wait. Last week we went over all the 21st.
Yeah, it's the 21st.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Tin Man asking if you can be a cannibal in the game. Probably not as Ellie, but Dina, her counterpart, looks pretty fucking suspect. So
looks pretty suspect. Wow,
she does. Look at her.
Wow,
look at that face.
Yeah,
Total
wow.
cannibal.
Total cannibal right there.
Total cannibal.
Honestly, the way they're talking about it being unsettling and really being emotional and stuff, I kind of feel like they could put you in a situation like that where it's like she's forced to do something like that, but I wouldn't put it past them at this point.
So I think the question came down to whether or not Ellie could. 100%. She could. She's a badass bitch. They don't need nobody.
It probably won't be like the undead racial feat, though, where you just walk up to everything and eat it. It's just to regain health. Probably won't be a thing.
Super cool, though.
I guess there. Speaking of super cool, if you're into that sort of thing, Bridge Baby will talk through your PS4 controller.
So your segue was super cool.
I had to put this in there because not much of a news thing because it's Hideo Kojima and probably would have suspected it, but I just feel like that's going to be unsettling. It's probably not supposed to be unsettling, but it's just going to be real weird holding your controller playing a game.
Supposed to be. It can't be normal. Like,
do you guys remember Dante's Inferno for the PS3?
Yes.
And the Lust World where the little tiny claw babies would crawl out of the giant titty nipples? That's what this reminds me of. That unsettling use of small children.
I was going to Google that, but I'm going to not Google that.
Don't do that.
Mm-mm. It's a thing. Like, there's just, like, big old titties in the background and these fucking, like, little babies crawling out with these claw fucking hands and they attack you. First game ever platinumed, by the way.
And now we know why.
Yeah.
Giant titty
Spent a
nipples.
long time on that level.
Wow. No transition.
If anybody wants to talk about Last of Us 2, I'd still like to speculate, so hit me up in my DMs and we could chat till fucking midnight. I'm so excited for that game.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Another game there, thank you for the transition, that I think we're all excited for, and it's going to be crazy. And this person is crazy for doing this. The Cyberpunk 2077 Collector's Edition CGI rendered. CGI rendered. Why?
Yes. He even has a little tag there at the bottom. It says, "This is not real. A 3D art project by Harry."
Like, it's really cool, but like, yeah, I mean, maybe it was the project. Maybe it was just like, I don't know. I will just say though, it looks really good. Like, really good.
It does. Yeah, I'm super impressed with it. I think it's wow. Yeah.
I can't wait to get it. It's gonna be great.
Yep.
Except
Yeah,
I'm not getting like any of that stuff.
Yeah, but like if you were, now you know what it would look like if you like wanted to lay that all on a table. There it is. Now you know. You
now
have
I
that
know.
visual already.
Boom.
Yeah, crazy.
Tin Man asks, "Are those the actual items that come with it?" I don't know if they've actually announced a full-on, like what's in the collector's edition. I do not believe the headphones or custom controller are items.
I was going to ask about the
those.
controller. I was like, oh, I guess I didn't realize that. I just assumed that.
They have the collector's edition. They have all the information out for it because I pre-ordered it, and I unfortunately can't remember what it comes in at. It is $250. I'm just pulling it up over here. I'm hoping it's not a great image, but so you have the it's a terrible image. Box, steelbook case. I really wish the CGI was of this statue they have with the motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
rendering that would be a pain, or modeling that would be a pain in the ass. Like, as cool as this looks with lighting, the only thing he would really have had to have done was find a controller and a headphones. Everything else is all just like basically boxes with texture maps on it.
Okay, that's a little better. Yeah, so obviously it's rendering a lot of stuff based on things here you had and everything. And I don't think the headphones are an actual thing. I've seen pictures of the controller. But
have you?
Yes.
I've not seen that controller anywhere.
Yes. I think it was the Xbox Special Edition or something like that. But yeah, crazy.
Also, The Witcher 3, getting a little bit of love right under there. The complete edition.
Oh, yeah. Didn't even notice that. Oh, nice.
You're right. There is a controller. It's not quite that one, but it is yellow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's just what I saw. Let's see. So yeah, April 16th, Cyberpunk 2077. I think we'll probably be talking about that every single week until then, because all of us are just so excited for it.
Absolutely.
A game that comes out much sooner, as in 2 days from now, October 4th, that we're not excited for. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Article in Forbes about a hilarious amount of microtransactions. So if you scroll down here, Reddit user went through and just put all these different images here. I'll open up a couple of them just so you can kind of see. All these different stores. There's different tattoos you can buy. Obviously, you buy the points with real cash, which is right here. So you can spend, I'm not sure what the hell currency that is, but this guy has the Ultimate Edition, so he was able to play it early and see it. So he's posting all these different screenshots. But
insane.
So
I bet you that currency is breakpoints. Because why wouldn't you do that?
If they didn't do that, then an opportunity.
Then they don't doubt it. So bundles that contain guns, bundles that contain blueprints to make guns, bundles for attachments for guns, individual attachments and guns, cosmetic shirts, armors, backpacks, tattoos, emotes, melee weapons, gear, camo, and paint, skill points. I'm going to highlight that one. Skill points, weapon upgrades, battle point boosters, and reward tiers for some sort of battle pass system, question mark.
Dead by Dawn says, you know you fucked up when Forbes writes a video game article.
That's so true.
Yes.
That's so true.
That's very accurate.
That's
So
this is awful.
Ubisoft obviously has come under some fire for this before. Most notably in my mind is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Single player game. There were plenty of microtransactions to purchase different cosmetics and things like that, which you can kind of debate back and forth, especially for an individual or a single player game. But then there was also XP boosts, and then there became
and gold boosts, which then became, are they making the game intentionally more of a grind to get people to purchase those things? So then Ghost Recon Breakpoint kind of comes into it, where it's a sort of single, sort of multiplayer game, where if you're buying
supposed to be some
points,
PvP elements though too.
Yeah, there are PvP zones. So not zones, modes. I guess you queue up for whatever it is.
But then
do those skill points come over to that, and the weapons come over to that and stuff. I'm not positive how that works, but regardless, becomes real questionable real quick. Draconian Sun saying they never learned their lesson. All these companies. Yeah, I would give them this. They're not loot boxes from what it looks like. So it's not random chance. You're just...
The fact that that's a plus is a real statement about our current state of affairs.
That's fair. That's fair.
And as much political awareness there is right now around loot boxes and around microtransactions specifically. I mean, look at all the shit we went through with EA last year with Battlefront 2. And then again with Madden and with FIFA, and like this is in the forefront of everybody's minds. You got to have some big balls to come out with something like this. And just be like, this is fine, right? Everybody's okay with this.
Well, that's the thing. Madden, and I think FIFA to a lesser extent, even though FIFA's a more popular game, with that Ultimate Team thing, that is very much a pay-to-win game. And
it's heavy in FIFA too.
Is it?
There's a lot of articles.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of articles on, obviously primarily in like UK and other areas, but like there's articles of people spending thousands of dollars trying to get the right player and everything like that. So it's still the same concept. NBA is the same when it comes to that stuff. So
they literally compared what was that NBA 2K 2K20 or whatever. They compared it to a casino.
Yep.
How much you gamble? Are you kidding me?
And actually, if you go back a few weeks, you can also go over a GDPR episode where we talked about how you can request all the different data they have on you, including what you bought. And some guy found out he spent like 18 grand or something like that.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Tin Man asks, or do they, in regards to learning their lesson, someone has to be buying the shit for them to keep doing it, right? Yeah, 100%. People do that. And to be honest, I can see some aspects where it's one of those borderline things where I can kind of understand some things like Overwatch, where it's cosmetic, and I get it. And, Fortnite, it's kind of the same way. Do it, if you will. Season passes get into a little weird thing where you're paying for levels and stuff like that. But if you've got time, or you don't have a lot of time to play games and you want those things, then should you be able to pay for it? If I don't have time to go and grind out all these levels and I just want to buy them, is that wrong? If they're intentionally making it more of a grind so that I do that, different story. But then, of course, that's pretty hard to prove at the same time. So,
sure.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'm curious
to
see
Battlefront though, with the 8 hours a day for a year.
Yeah.
So
luckily that's all resolved. So Battlefront, good on you on making changes and still putting out content.
I'm still angry.
Which is weird.
I'm still angry about it.
That's fair. It's been almost 2 years, Mike.
I'm still mad.
I actually did want to try some of that Commando stuff.
Yeah, that actually did look pretty
I've heard a lot of good things about it.
Are we liking it again? If we're liking it again, I'll...
it's not liking it. It's
like
cautiously optimistic about it.
But yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I'm curious to see too, once we get into kind of the subscription models, kind of like the Apple Arcade, what they're doing. All those games that they're curating for that subscription have no microtransactions in them. So hopefully that kind of takes hold and it kind of transitions to things. I kind of doubt it, but
is it better?
One can hope.
If microtransactions, I might spend $2 or $3 on Pokemon Go. Every once in a while I'm out, I could use an incubator. But if I'm giving you $10 a month, I may end up giving you more than I would with microtransactions. So I'm only doing it once a month, but I don't know that that's
fair.
Haven't we seen some of those platforms where they like do it like discounted, like you have the membership, but then like I can't remember if it was Ubisoft or something like that. There was somebody that like had a thing where it was like, yeah, you have your whatever, but then it was like the game, it's like 10% off or 15% off.
EA Origin does that.
Yeah,
don't
I
they?
think
Like the
maybe
free
that's what it was. I knew somebody did it, but yeah, I don't know. Can we just real quick just say like the beta was bad. Like, this game
I was going to
like,
get to that. So the beta was terrible, just so buggy. It wasn't, granted, it was beta, so it was limited, but what they offered you to play in the beta was very minimal and not compelling. And then Pharaoh Games, if you're out in the chat now, played the most recent beta, which wasn't even really beta because it was this past weekend, right? And
like
the game launches 2 days from now.
Yeah.
And he said it was worse than the prior beta for bugs and stuff like that. So, like, this game is just a shit show. Which is weird to me because I feel like it's not even a real sequel of Wildlands. It's like Wildlands 1.5.
Right.
So how the hell is it so buggy and just terrible? Dead by Dawn. The game is liquid garbage and has no concrete vision. It's the Frankenstein's monster of video games. It's so many things and really bad at all of them. Yeah, they tried to put in that survival aspect, but they really didn't do it. They tried to make it grittier with more stealth and all that stuff, but it's not really.
Yeah, none of that feels like it. Just felt like, man, they marketed the hell out of it because we all saw the trailers. We were like, oh my god, we're gonna have all the survival aspect to it. It's gonna be really good, and it didn't play to that at all. And I just think that it just felt like they had this date that they were supposed to hit, and they just crammed to do whatever they had to do. We've seen so many bugs in playing the beta. And now that the game's about to come out, there's a lot of challenges, and I just think that it was just like a thing where it's like, yep, we had to hit this date because every year or every couple of years we need to do this, and regardless of the state of the game, plus adding the microtransactions.
But guys,
on top.
John Bernthal's in it.
What?
Like he's no Keanu Reeves. That's all I'm saying. He's no Keanu. That's all I'm saying.
He has
How
a
did they get him in
dog,
the game?
multiple dogs in real life.
I mean, that was cool seeing him like just tell his dog to sit the hell down, and that was
Apparently,
lay
his
down and
saturation
dog sit.
asks, "Who is that?" John Bertal is he played Shane in The Walking Dead. He also is the Punisher in the latest Marvel TV show.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Kind of like
about
the poor man's Rock. Is that fair to say?
Maybe if The Rock was from Georgia, yeah, he has like a real heavy
that.
sort of
Poor
Southern
man's
accent.
rock.
I'm John Bertal. Yeah.
Yeah. He is. Oh, also, what up, Rakdos? He looks like a poor man's Rock. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. He is Keanu. Wait. He is a
He is
Keanu?
Keanu.
Saying he's a
Oh,
good
is
dude.
he?
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
Oh,
I believe
okay.
that by Dom.
Good egg.
We're just
He's
kind
actually
of
pretty
like
good guy.
venting into the
Yeah.
game, and it's bleeding into
John
into
Bernthal's in the
that.
game. Which, I mean, obviously not his fault that the game's liquid garbage. It was Dead by Dawn so eloquently put.
So eloquent.
Okay. We need to move on, otherwise we're going to keep trashing this game for the next half hour. Let's see. Borderlands
Speaking of
3.
killing things,
I was going to say liquid garbage, but I don't think it is because I've been having some fun with it. So quite a while ago, a couple months ago, we talked about Borderlands 3, why Troy Baker wasn't reprising his role as Reese and wasn't going to be in Borderlands 3. Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford, who was a pile of liquid garbage, previously said the voice actor turned down the role. It kind of went back and forth, and then actually, for whatever reason, recently, Troy Baker in an interview said, "I can't do a non-union gig." And without getting too deep into the weeds of that, we had long conversations about this. We always knew going into it that this was going to be the thing. They were going to take these characters and put them from the Tales of Borderlands series from Telltale into Borderlands proper. I've been waiting for this call. They were like, "Do you want to do this?" And I said, "Yes." They never... doesn't quite follow. They never, because they would never move from that position. I'm not mad. It's invariably a completely different character, but it still stings. Thoughts? Mike, I know you are probably closer to this or would react more to this as being an aspiring voice actor.
Troy Baker is my favorite voice actor. I've met the man in real life. He is just an awesome human being. I don't really know what to say about this. I mean, I really enjoyed his performance in the Telltale Walking Dead. Or, sorry, the Telltale Borderlands. The Telltale Walking Dead was also good, but he was not in that one. But I haven't played Borderlands 3. I don't know how the performance is very different. I can see frustration, with somebody sort of taking your character and... It's a different character, right? So, of course, that would sting just a little bit by putting somebody else in that sort of role, especially if he did accept to take the role. But I don't know.
Yeah, kind of weird. And obviously, I mean, I'm sure there's tons of legality around it. And obviously, then you get into the debate of union versus non-union and whether or not, Gearbox is treating actors correctly and all that stuff. So, but always something with Randy Pitchford. So I'm sure we'll hear even more as he probably will say something stupid back. Real quick. Speaking of bad games, Dead by Dawn says, I've enjoyed Borderlands 3 so far. It is very much crude humor, simple, but it runs very clean and has been fun for me personally. And Oversaturation was distracted because Dorothea was on the screen right there. Apparently, she's unseated Edelgard as the most popular Fire Emblem character. I wonder why. Let's see. Moving on to new characters. Fuck, I got nothing. Red Dead Online. So if you guys joined us this past Sunday, I don't know what day that was, for squad mode, Mike and I played Red Dead Redemption 2, where we hunted down the Wolfman, who's a legendary bounty. Apparently, this appears to be a kind of weekly thing at this point. So 3 weeks. This week being the Owl Hoot family, sadistic desperado gang wanted. So pretty cool that they're adding these, I guess, I don't know, sort of stories, missions almost. The Wolfman that we did almost seemed like I think, as you put, Mike, a GTA 5 online side mission type thing, because it had a cutscene. It wasn't a normal bounty that you just kind of started and then had a timer and got the guy and brought him back. It was a very much almost like cinematic opening to an extent. Actually did have a little CGI cutscene, then cinematic transport to, you're already on your way, and then you're in this locale and you're doing the stuff. So this actually engages me enough that I think I want to actually do this each week. I actually want to get back online, which I haven't said about Red Dead Redemption 2 online for a year almost, when it came out last November. So,
I agree with you too. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I think it makes sense why you haven't been on it, because we haven't had that continual content to keep you going, right? I mean, we were on a stint where we were playing GTA 5 for quite a bit, right? Because there's all this content out there, and then rolling to get the new car every week or couple weeks. Like there was continual stuff that would change on a weekly basis. So it's cool to see this, and the fact that they have like CG cutscenes and stuff like that makes it better than like, oh, we didn't just spit this NPC and throw it somewhere. It's like put some thought into it. And what's more fun than getting together with your partners and hunting on some bounties,
Right. So much fun.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like I kind of want to have this be our squad mode again this week, but then I'm also like,
I think Mike and I were talking the same thing.
Yeah, totally fine with that.
Speaking of that, in that squad mode, you can actually go to our clips. If you're on twitch.tv/slightlysaltsquad, you can see we did some zombie investigation. So a couple weeks ago, we reported people were seeing zombies in Red Dead Redemption 2. Essentially, the most notable one is an old lady with green eyes. We did find her in the town of Armadillo, I believe, in a kind of mass grave.
We found her dead.
Fair.
Yeah,
dead.
Not alive. I think some of the screenshots we saw were actually of her alive.
It was her standing by a tree, so I'm not sure if that was just photoshopped or what. But
yeah, that's fair.
We found her dead, but eyes open and very bright green. Mike proceeded to curb stomp her for some reason by accident.
It was an accident.
Still didn't move, so clearly dead. I have, I'm not gonna lie, yesterday and today logged in because I'm like, it's October, they're gonna start some shit. So I've logged in each day in Armadillo and checked the graves. Haven't seen her again, and everybody there has their eyes closed. So I'm not wildly speculating, but I'm wildly speculating that she's up, she's around, she's doing shit. So get on Red Dead Redemption 2 online and find her and let me know where she is.
Let's go hunt us up some zombies.
Because for sure, they're doing some shit. They wouldn't just have its unmistakably green eyes. Going into October, some zombie stuff's coming. And
even if
I'm excited.
Even if they didn't, like, if I was them and I see the media and everybody talking about it, I'd be like, what can we just spin up like real quick that we could do that would just be kind of fun,
Yep.
It's just worth it.
Yeah.
You have any idea how many developers are like actually hanging out on Reddit watching people speculate? Coming back like, I had a great idea, boss.
I've got 20 great ideas all of a sudden. Weird. But yeah, so stick around. I'm sure we'll be doing more legendary bounty hunts and hopefully have more zombie news as Spoopy October continues. Speaking of social media, Reddit social media, that counts, right? Next is a PlayStation tweet. It is with great emotion that we announce that Worldwide Studios chairman Shawn Layden will be departing SIE. His visionary leadership will be greatly missed. We wish him success in future endeavors and are deeply grateful for his years of service. Thanks for everything, Shawn. This is the only communication that PlayStation has officially put out regarding their chairman of Worldwide Studios stepping down / resigning or
Since
getting
87
fired.
too. Like, that's something to note, you know?
Sorry, what was that?
Since 1987.
Yes. So he started in 1987. I forgot what role it was. Obviously, he has grown throughout the company.
Sure. But just the fact of, like,
Yeah.
that's a long-ass time.
I was born in 1987. Fuck.
So 2019, we lost Reggie. Now we've lost Shawn. Look out, Phil. You next.
But think about how we, like, I mean, think about how we kind of said goodbye to Reggie with, like, all of this stuff. And it's just, yeah, and I know they're not the same, but it's just, I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. So,
Suspicious.
and here we go, wild speculation back to back. I don't think this was planned by any means. I think this was either he put in a resignation and he's off to somewhere else, like Stadia or Xbox or who knows where. Some shit went down. He either got fired or he said fuck off. And that's about it. Because if he was retiring like Reggie did, there would be a lot more pomp and circumstance. There would be official press releases. There would be a thing about transition. Who the hell's taking over his position? It's a tweet. That's it.
Yeah, something
They
went,
went all
something went
Kojima
down.
on this.
Yeah.
Yep,
Something went down.
Like,
Monday
Doesn't work here
afternoon.
anymore. I don't want to talk about it.
Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. for their local time. Seems like a last part of the day. He gave his 2 weeks notice.
yes, my 2 weeks.
They were like, shit, we need to do something before he's out the door and like talking shit about us or something. But yeah, still nothing. This is, 2 full days later now.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. I want to know what went down. I want to know.
You're being nosy.
So, coincidentally, I assume coincidentally at least, there was some fairly high-ranking guy in PlayStation Japan that also retired. That also left. He retired. He was 60, and they said, retired, and it was actually an official press release and things like that. So, granted, 2 very different parts of the PlayStation company, but at the same time, like, you don't just tweet that a chairman is leaving. I would imagine that is going to affect their stock price and things like that because it's just so...
Yeah, that's a good point, too. Yeah.
Not flippant, but I don't know.
I don't know, man. Our president has fired, like, members of his staff who tweet.
People care about PlayStation, though.
I'm just saying, we're in a bit of a culture right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's surprising, sure, but I think we're a little past unheard of, unfortunately.
Yeah. I agree. It's definitely from a company standpoint, I'm very surprised that there's not like, one thing is if there's more, but the second thing that from a business perspective, that there's not this backup, like here's so-and-so stepping in. Because usually companies are really good about that shit to not scare investors to be like, hey, we got this other person, they've been here for years and all that stuff.
Yeah, and I believe he's been chairman for, I want to say since 2016. I could be wrong on that. And then he was also either part of the board or chairman of the Sony like PlayStation Studios thing they were spinning up for like the movies, which Uncharted is never going to fucking happen. But we talked about that like early this year, but he was somehow involved with that too. So it's just kind of real weird that happened. And as you guys and some of you in the chat that work with us, this just very much remind me of an email that tends to get copy and pasted of, it's with mixed emotions that we announce someone is leaving the company, etc. That's it. So, yeah, just real weird. But so I'm hoping we have more news on that next week. There was also reading an article about Jim Ryan, who is the CEO of PlayStation. Let me correct that because this is in the next article. Actually, Jim Ryan, CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment. Skipping ahead there a little bit. So apparently there's been kind of some butting of heads there too. So that's why this kind of makes me think maybe this was a I'm out type thing. I'm sick of this shit or whatever. But
he saw the PS5 and was like, I'm out of here.
He's like, that's dumb as shit. I'm out. Oversaturation. Hey, though, if there are emotions, it isn't bad, right? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. As long as we're emotional, everything's all good. And this is great emotion. Really pissed off emotion. Or
wait, does
really
that mean that they're excited that he's leaving, you know?
Yeah, are they pissed or excited? or everything. All the emotions. Yes. With a roller coaster of emotion, we announced the world... I'm going to use that in my next email. Okay, continuing on PlayStation, though. The next day, the next morning, this happens. Sony's crossplay function for PS4 has now completed its beta phase and is full feature. So... Or actually, sorry, this was 2 days later. This was this morning. There we go. This references the Wired article that I jumped ahead towards, where it was an interview with Jim Ryan, the CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment. So he doesn't mention Shawn at all in this, which seems odd because it was an interview that literally just happened. But yeah, kind of weird. So that's good. I'm glad for PlayStation, the fact that they're actually finally leaving beta. This is going to be a feature that people can roll out for future games to have actually real crossplay, everything like that. Good news, all that. I probably wouldn't have put that as a full article in here, except that it coincides right with the Shawn Layden thing leaving, which is weird.
Maybe Shawn was not about crossplay. He was like, I can't have this.
I'm not having it. Okay, then get out. Okay, well, out of beta. Good. Yeah, shit. So it'll be interesting. And I mean, obviously at that type of role, I'm sure whatever impact he has had and probably still will have for some time, it'll be interesting to see what kind of shakes out of that in the long run. Continuing with PlayStation news, though. New PS5 leak reveals Prospero codename and built-in camera. This comes from an anonymous tipster who is also the one that sent over the very interesting looking hardware specs. There we go. Right here with this cooling design or something. I really hope it doesn't look like that because it just does not look too great.
It's so big for a next-gen console.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see. But from the same guy that sent that off, also says that they are calling it, without an official codename, Prospero, and that it is essentially designed to be better for streaming. So it's going to have a built-in camera. It's going to have a lot more intuitive controls for whether it's Mixer and Twitch. Because right now, if anybody has used those features, it is super basic and limited. And really, from what I see, nobody actually uses the built-in things. They hook it up to a game capture card like I do, or I know you guys do, and do it that way. It's never using that inherent stuff. So
no, because you can't do any like video feed, and the mic support is pretty lackluster. You can only use what connects to your PlayStation. So I do think it's really cool that streaming is becoming part of the forefront for consoles. We see, obviously, as streamers, the streaming market right now is dominated by PC gamers. And in order to even stream console, you need to have a decent PC. And so I think that there's a need there for young content creators who want to be able to sort of have a one-stop shop and be able to start streaming. So I think it's pretty cool, pretty exciting.
Yeah, I do think that that's where the next generation of consoles will go. Even when I use my Xbox today, which is really rare. But if you look up a game on the store, typically what you'll see is they'll link it in with like Mixer or something, and you can see other people streaming the game. Again, that's from the console, so it isn't great, but they're trying to serve a purpose that like, hey, while you're browsing the store, here's someone playing it right now. Like, there's more and more of that. So I could totally see like, PlayStation jumping on board and doing even more with that aspect. Yeah. I am curious to see how like PC has gotten so much better over time with like streaming, and like it used to be super complicated with your setups, and now it's pretty straightforward. But we still run into things. John has challenges and things
fucking
that just
Stream
pop
Deck
up
updating and wiping out my macros.
Yeah. So I'm curious. I have tried it a long time ago, streaming via the console, and like Mike said, Mike connected to it, and then like it would just have a generic AFK screen, but it would happen anytime the connection got a little weird. It just cut you to AFK and then bring you back, and then cut you and then bring it back. So I'm just curious to see how they can actually make it effective on a console where you can't change configuration as much as you can on the PC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not to mention overlays and stuff like that, unless it's like importing it from your PC somehow. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, look at Mixer, that's owned by Microsoft. They very well could have that as part of their console OS, where it's just native to it, and you can pull down everything. And with the way that cross-platform software is going nowadays, I could see that inherently happening on the Xbox without a problem, and see what PlayStation does.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. But who knows when that is, because no one will tell us a date. So
not
more
yet.
to come
we'll find
on
out
that
November,
one.
I think.
Something that is a current challenge is out. That wasn't a very good transition. Sorry, guys. I should have said bad transitions. Zelda's Link's Awakening. Frame stuttering transitions. So if you guys haven't heard, Zelda's Link's Awakening came out a couple weeks ago now. I actually have bought it, have not played it yet, because I'm still going to finish Fire Emblem, dedicating myself to that. But the Switch is actually having a lot of frame rate issues for a fairly simple game, a beautiful game and pretty looking game, but all of the essentially effects on the sides of the screen whenever you're like scrolling and stuff will cause stuttering. And apparently this has been investigated quite a bit. Nobody knows why it's so bad. There's speculation that it was probably more designed for a Switch Pro, which obviously has not been released yet, but it was speculated to be this fall and then was not. This article says because they think that's getting pushed or they think Link's Awakening got pulled forward because Metroid Prime 4 isn't due out for quite some time, so they thought it got pulled forward ahead of the Switch Pro, etc. So, but interesting.
Maybe.
Anybody in the chat played Link's Awakening and see that challenge? Just curious.
They're saying it's dipping below 30 frames per second, which is awful. But to me, that doesn't sound like we don't know what's going on. That sounds like both of those reasons are perfectly explainable. Maybe there's NDAs or something that they can't disclose that, but I would think, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nintendo usually doesn't, I don't know. Usually they have a higher regard when it comes to type of stuff like this,
right.
As far as like big frame drops, like big graphical stutterings, that type of thing. Surprised to see that. I'm curious. Like, game looks beautiful. It's not, next gen, graphics-esque, but yeah.
Yeah. I think it's so out of character because it is a Nintendo game. It's a marquee title for Nintendo as well. So it's like,
that's true too.
You'd really think that would have been caught or due diligence would have done, whatever. Tin Man hasn't touched a Switch in months. Man. I don't know how you do that.
Tin Man, you getting Pokemon, bro? You're going to at least get Pokemon?
Play the Pokemans.
Pokemans.
Or you could play Overwatch, which is coming to Switch. Speaking of which,
yes.
Overwatch League Grand Finals were this past Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. 4 p.m. Eastern, when we were doing our squad mode, actually. So San Francisco Shock played the Vancouver Titans. San Francisco Shock got to the finals after going into the losers bracket and then proceeded to win every match 4-0, including the finals, which they won 4-0. So cool little comeback for them.
They all just looked around and went, guys, why don't we just stop sucking? And
We
they
should
all
just
went,
do
yeah,
this
that sounds like a
all
good
the
idea.
time.
This is the way to do it.
It's more fun to be like an underdog like that, you know? Let's just come back.
Yeah, let's
all
just
the way.
lose
Yeah.
just enough to get into the loser's bracket, still in the tournament and all that, and then just they really shocked the tournament.
Oh,
Dead by Dawn.
God.
I would have
gotta
expected
ban Dead by Dawn and Tin Man.
I would have
Tin
expected
Man
that
hasn't
from
played a Pokemon
Oversaturation Dead by Dawn, but not you. Come on. But I pulled this picture up because the stadium was huge. It was in Philadelphia. I'm not sure the name of the stadium. This giant LED, LCD, whatever screen was insane. It was gorgeous. And then obviously tons of orange, which I like. There they are, all these smiling faces holding some sort of trophy, I guess.
That's Reinhardt's helmet.
It is, but it's not. Because it doesn't actually have the face anywhere. It's just kind of the top. I definitely get, but
It's Reinhardt's hat.
the thing that goes on top of his helmet. That's what they want. They should just give him fucking Reinhardt helmets. That would be badass. But yeah, so put that in there. Congratulations, San Francisco Shock, for shocking the tournament. Oh my god!
Don't encourage that behavior.
So fun little tidbit on Overwatch, specifically for the Switch, since we just transitioned off that.
Yeah.
Jeff Kaplan, Vice President at Blizzard Entertainment and Lead Director of Overwatch, has actually said to Nintendo, you are welcome to use any one of our characters for Super Smash.
Oh, no shit.
So maybe it'll happen.
That'd be
Maybe
damn,
not, but
son.
that'd be kind of cool, right?
Yeah, I could
I
easily
think
see
it'd be sweet.
Straits are going on that. That'd be awesome. Jeff Kaplan
yes.
actually came out and presented the award at the end as well. So that was kind of cool.
Oh, that is super cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Next up, just kind of getting into the miscellaneous category here. Not tons of news, but Dying Light 2 confirmed the story is 15 to 20 to 25, depending on where you see it, hours of campaign gameplay. But then a developer talking about it, that there's tons of post-launch content as well as the initial game, including side missions and emergencies that pop up, is probably about 100 hours or more. So,
do we need yet another 100+ hour game in spring of 2020?
Bro, tell
I
me about it.
mean-
No.
It's a struggle.
yeah, so January 27th is the release date for Dying Light 2.
We've got Last of Us. We've got Final Fantasy. We've got Cyberpunk 2077.
Those three alone
That's
are
it.
enough
That's,
for the.
that's 400 hours.
Right.
Those three in that month and a half is enough for like a blockbuster a year,
Yes.
and then throw Dying
Yeah,
Light
for
2,
real.
a month ahead of it. So, yeah,
Yeah.
Q1,
I can't do it, guys.
little Q2, it's gonna be insane. So it's gonna be 2018, all over again, with God of War and Red Dead Redemption 2 and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I almost didn't survive that.
It's hard. Takes a
It
toll,
was.
body and mind. Let's see. Next up, Untitled Goose Game. You guys have heard about this?
I've
Yeah,
heard
seen
it's
this
so
around.
good.
Yeah, I've heard it's very good, and it was the best-selling game on Switch above
can't
Link's
believe
Awakening.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
I was gonna say I heard about it. I was always interested in it, but I was like, it's one of those games like I'll wait till it's on sale, whatever. But now I'm like, damn. Maybe I should just go out and buy it. It's about 3 hours, so I think it's $20. It's kind of, weigh that against prices and stuff like that. But I just could not believe it was above Zelda Link's Awakening, one of, these hype Nintendo games for the whole year. Yep, the Tin Man's getting his Switch out. There you go. 3 hours of premium Goose content, Oversaturation says. I don't know how many more hours of premium Goose content you could possibly want, to be honest.
All of the premium
Seems
Goose
like
content.
a lot of it. Yeah, no time savers there. No pay to win or anything like that. So be a goose. Steal things from people.
Quack.
Annoy them. That's all I got. Let's see. And then Okay, yeah, going into deals of the week. PlayStation Plus. October is here. These are out now. Last of Us Remastered. If you have not played it, go play it.
So
Holy
good, do
shit.
it.
Just go play it. And The Show 19, which I did start, and then I quickly realized I did not like how complicated baseball games have become, and I stopped playing.
10 minutes is what I said. You play it for 10 minutes.
Yep.
Listen, John, we got to do a thing, okay? Don't play any more. Did you actually play like a match?
No, I did the training,
game?
and they had 3 different options for each thing you could do, and you could try them all out and then pick which ones you want. And already I was like, man, this is
Listen,
overwhelming.
let's just do a blind game. We have no clue how to play, and then we just like play one game.
Okay, I'm more about that. I could be down
Let's
for that.
do that, because that'll be ridiculous anyway, and I'll probably just try to hit you in the face. Yeah, if you're down, Mike, let's do it.
Cool.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I get winner.
And then I downloaded FIFA 20, the demo, which you can play the Volta mode and the main mode, just like one match of each. And that was simple, straightforward, intuitive. The same controls it's been since FIFA 2004 that I played. And it really made me want to buy it, except the microtransactions scare me because I will get into that game and then want to spend money. So I'm debating that one. FIFA 20 was actually a lot of cool, the demo. You can download that now and play it if you want. FIFA 2019-2.
Yeah, it's like Final Fantasy.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Let's see, next up we've got, also PlayStation Plus, the free Last of Us theme. First of all, what a bitch, PlayStation, to go find themes and download them. But I finally found it. And they have this Last of Us Part 2 grunge theme. It's really cool. And apologies for the PlayStation user that has an anime girl there. Yeah. Yeah, Rectos. Microtransactions are scary. And tempting sometimes. Sucks. That's why I would need to get it and not play Madden Ultimate Team. Just play the main modes. But yeah, the grunge theme is pretty cool. Little creepy for my taste for being something like I use for Netflix and stuff like that. But for October, I'm all about it.
Yep, I got it on there. Also, I didn't realize there was a previous one already on there too, with like a car in the woods. So I downloaded that bitch too.
Yes. I'm not even sure. I don't think that was 2018. I think that might have been 2017. It was one of their Outbreak Day ones as well. Not positive the time frame, but yeah, go check those out. Last of Us theme is free. My recommendation, go to themes in your settings, go to find, sort by recent, sort by free, and it's like one of 3. But that is the shit you need to go through because they don't just promote it everywhere else.
They want you to look through. It's the same thing with the PlayStation Plus games. I feel like I spend time looking for PlayStation Plus games every time. Get PlayStation Plus, and it's like, here's everything you could have a PlayStation Plus, but none of them are the free games. I'm like,
I literally get sign up for PlayStation Plus. I already have it. You idiots.
I've been a PlayStation Plus member for like 7 years because I don't know where to cancel my credit card on the fucking account, and I just keep getting charged every year.
No wonder
like,
Shawn Layden
gotcha.
left. Come on, guys. He was trying to download this theme, and he's like, fuck it. I'm out of this company.
Forget it.
I'm out.
Quit.
Just
Fuck
tweet
this
about
platform.
it. I'm out. Okay, sorry. I'm going to calm down now a little bit. Let's see. Next up, Epic Game Store. Sorry, chat. Those that hate it. But they're free games, so add them. You can get everything and Metro 2033 Redux. Again, that is free through October 3rd. So if you're watching this live, you got it till tomorrow. If you're watching it later, you should watch episode 43 where we talked about last week, and you would have had a full week. Okay, T-Gabs isn't here. Well, that's good. Yeah, otherwise he'd be doing the no Steam, no buy thing. And then starting tomorrow, October 3rd, if you're watching live, at twitch.tv/SlightlySaltSquad, you can get Minute from October 3rd to October 10th. Have you guys heard, seen, or played this game?
I'm waiting for the 12th sequel called 12 Minutes.
Boo.
Although I am excited for that game, to be honest.
I am too, but still.
But still,
No,
boo.
I've not heard anything about this game.
So it's actually kind of similar to the 12-minute thing. I forgot why I got it. Somebody was, I think it was kind of funny or something, hyping it up, and it was like $1 on PlayStation or something like that. So you play it, and you only get to play a minute at a time. After a minute, your character dies.
Oh no.
That's it. So you have to do things that kind of essentially scale, or those things persist, but you have a minute to do each thing. So there's different puzzles and things like that. I haven't played much of it because it's kind of infuriating if you don't know what you're doing. But at the same time, it's a super clever concept, and yeah, super well reviewed as well.
That reminds me of, okay, I don't remember if this is a game, this was a I had, but there was a game where you are a god, basically.
Where you last a minute?
And no, but like you're a god among like other people, and
2
the
minutes.
people that are around you, they all only live for very short periods of time, and you live like for a very long time by standards, and you're trying to help their whole community evolve. But everybody's like the generations are going quickly, and you're trying to help them go generation by generation.
Was it black and white?
No,
Oh, okay. It's a cool concept.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
sounds cool.
it's a dream I had. Nobody take that. Cut that out. Clip that.
Yeah.
Clip that piece.
Get in post. Let's see, oversaturation. I'm used to dying in less than a minute in Overwatch, so this should be a piece of cake. Yeah, that's fairly relatable, especially playing DPS. Let's see. That covers that for Epic Game Store. What is this? Oh, that's that. We already talked about that. Let's see. Next up, Destiny 2 free Engram. I don't have a link for this. One sec.
Oh,
You want to talk about that, Mike?
Yes, free Engram right now in Destiny 2. So Destiny 2, as of yesterday, is no longer on Battle Steam. My happy ass is literally downloading that right now. But Bungie is giving away what they call, or quote, a powerful engram for those who log into play right now. Keep in mind, Destiny 2 is now free to play up till Forsaken, which was the previous expansion pack. And then... oh, the name is escaping me. The latest expansion dropped yesterday.
Shadow Keep?
Isn't that the thing from World of Warcraft? Not Shadowfang Keep. I think you're right. I think it is Shadowkeep. What's really cool, though, is you should be able to get to max level just with the content that is free to play. And Destiny is no longer doing chronological expansions. So if you don't want to play the Forsaken content, you can just jump right into Shadowkeep and you can continue playing, which I think is pretty sweet. So
One recommendation
Check it out.
in this article while I was reading. Looks like you should wait till you hit the soft cap of 900 and then claim it. So then it gets you closer to the 950. It won't get you above the 950 though.
yeah, but you still get the engram, right? You just don't turn it in. Is that how it works?
It says claiming the engram. Hold off on claiming the engram. So
Tim
I'm
just
not
said
sure.
that. Don't claim it till 900.
Yeah, that.
Okay, so I know that it's free. Are they not going to revoke it then? Does it like sit in your mailbox or something? I just want to make sure I don't wait too long and miss it, you know?
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one, unfortunately. It doesn't actually say in here at all.
That's not very helpful because I'm nowhere near 900.
Yeah, I think we were like 300 last time we played.
Yeah, 320.
Third of the way. It's not too bad. And then
I've got a
let's see.
World of Warcraft character to grind. I can't be fucking grinding.
Yeah,
Fucking go.
Tin and T-Gub said that they put you to 750 if you were already at that before.
Oh, really?
Like level 20. Yeah, I was talking to them earlier about it.
Shit. All right, so mine's downloading. I'll check that out tonight. And then I will be hitting Destiny pretty hard coming November because now your characters are accessible from anywhere. And what happens in November? Stadia, baby. So I'm really excited to play Stadia and to I'm one of the founders, so we do get Destiny 2 automatically. So super cool.
Yeah, I'll be playing right there with you.
Yeah, for like 3 whole days before you give up and play something else.
Yep. Yeah, Jedi Fallen Order, which I'll talk about a little bit shortly.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I forgot. Oh, yes.
Calm down, Mike. Last up on Deals of the Week, as always, if you got Amazon Prime, that means you got Twitch Prime. Head over to the Twitch Prime loot page. Tons of free stuff, whether it's Red Dead Online money, GTA money. You get $1 million, I think, for logging in this month. or linking in, logging in.
Today.
Oh, it's today only?
You need to log in today.
Today.
Today's the last day.
Twitch.tv/Solid Squad. If you're watching live, you would have heard that live and known. So there you go.
When did that start? Because I didn't do that.
I need to do that. Offer ends soon. Yep, right there. And make sure you scroll all the way to the bottom, because then you can claim different games. And the first time ever, I think, a code outside of the Twitch Prime game launcher, you can actually get The Walking Dead Michonne, a Telltale miniseries, in Epic Game Store. So you actually go over to Epic Game Store and do that. I already redeemed this, so don't try copying it. I know all you guys.
Got him.
I know you're trying.
No, he's just debating you. He hasn't done it yet. Everybody.
It's actually not a code for that. It's a virus. Nah, I got nothing. But yeah, make sure you go down and do that. And give a free sub out to somebody in this community like us who just told you about that because we deserve it. Because Target won't respond to my fucking emails. Okay.
If you guys don't feel like subscribing to us right now, that's okay. Please consider making a donation 1 month from today on November 2nd when we do our Extra Life 24-hour stream. We will be here for 24 flipping hours. You're going to see this face or that face or that face. They're all going to be here, and we're going to be entertaining you guys with droopy eyes and Red Bull. And it's all for the children.
Maybe even other faces, too. I'm not going to spoil anything,
special guests?
but potential special guests as well. So,
I'm
yes.
intrigued.
I'm intrigued. Can I learn more? Okay, that brings us to what are we playing? So, chat, let us know what you guys are playing. Mike, let's start with you. I think we know what you're playing.
I'm level 52. I should be 53 tonight.
Nice.
On Tauren Warrior Sregge. Yeah, just a lot of WoW. And when I'm not playing WoW, I'm playing Mario Kart. Because it's so much fun. Fucking love that game. For mobile, the mobile Mario Kart.
Now, have you done the subscription for the $5 a month?
Hell no. Though, every week they have a like a championship per particular like grouping of races. So you have 3 races in like a special skill set thing, and then they put you with 19 other people, and you have to see who scores the most points between all of them. I got first by like 20% or something above the person in second place, and I got a whole bunch of fucking tokens and shit.
Damn, son.
It's impressive.
I really like this game. Yeah,
Nice.
it's alright. No big deal. Whatever.
Real quick, gonna pop over to the chat. Oversaturation, playing the same damn game I have for the past 2 months. We know that's Fire Emblem Three Houses. That came out July 26th.
How many times are you gonna beat that game, dude?
I think he's
All
on
of it?
his last time, which is probably like the 4th time beating it.
Tales of
Something
Nerdia, I
crazy.
think, just finished his 3rd full playthrough. Ooh, you're doing maddening mode? Fuck that, dude.
Is that really what it's called?
Yes, it is. Nope. Although, to be honest, where I'm at, the game has become quite easy, so I wouldn't mind it being more difficult, but not maddening mode. And then
6th
Rakdos.
playthrough. Oh my
Jesus.
God. Sorry. 6th playthrough is crazy.
6? Oh my god. And then Rakdos,
Too many.
56 Mage Alliance showing up Sregge. Damn.
Damn. Except you already lose because you're on the Alliance.
Oh, ouch.
Damn, son.
Also, congrats, dude. That's pretty fucking awesome.
Congrats,
I've
but
been
too bad
leveling-
you're wins.
I mean, whatever. Like pat him on the head. Good job. I've been leveling semi-prot so that I can go and tank stuff. At 51, I tanked Sunken Temple last night. No big fucking deal, but kind of a big fucking. The last boss is 55, and I put him in the dirt.
I got nothing on that one. Tin Man playing Destiny 2 while he waits for Tarkov .12 to come out, and WoW Retail. Let's see, and Draconian Sun playing Destiny until everyone leaves for Tarkov. And
Good call.
Rakdos saying he's always been Alliance. So,
I've always been Horde. I think my highest Alliance character is level 20. I did start an Alliance character with Pharaoh Games, who played for an astounding 4 days.
That's
and
pretty
I
impressive for him, just saying.
that's
It was
400% the normal time.
Right. So I got him to level 14. But no.
Yeah, when I started the Alliance, I think that's the highest I got, which was like level 16 or something like that. So,
yeah.
Deion, where are you playing?
Red Dead Redemption. Honestly, it's been a lot of fun jumping back in that. I just obviously recently moved, so I have a bunch of boxes and shit behind me, so I haven't played a bunch, but happy to jump back on that, especially when we do the online stuff. As well, I've done a little bit of Galaxy of Heroes since all my stuff was in a box for the most part.
Wait, what did you say?
Galaxy of Heroes?
Oh, I thought you said Yahtzee.
That's what I heard.
We're not
too.
talking
Really?
about Yahtzee.
Yep.
Yahtzee, bitches. No, Galaxy of Heroes.
Ooh,
Wow, how did everybody hear Yahtzee?
You're doing Galaxy Heroes again, huh?
Yeah, well, because like all my stuff was in a box.
Fair.
So, you know. And then and then that's all it's gonna be until COD comes out, and then after that, Jedi Fallen Order. So
Gotcha.
Yahtzee.
Let's see. I've been doing Fire Emblem Three Houses, so I think I said this last week though. I'm pretty close to the end. I didn't get to play, unfortunately, too much this past week. I do have some big trips coming up sometime in this month. I don't know when yet. Wherever works owns me. So I'm excited to play that. And then I have Link's Awakening on deck to play once I beat that. I do want to finish Fire Emblem before I start into that, though. Galaxy Heroes. I'm playing that nonstop as always. Borderlands 3. Been having fun with that. I haven't been playing too much, unfortunately. And then Red Dead Redemption 2. So I've been checking that, as I said, a little bit. And then not quite video game, but I've unfortunately gotten into comics. And
It's not unfortunate, bro.
it's unfortunate that I now have like 20 comics in the past 2 weeks. Jedi Fallen Order has a comic series, and there are two issues out so far. They come out, I think it's like every 2 weeks. Actually, let me just open it up real quick. The next one, so issue 2 is out. Issue 3 comes out October 9th. And it is a limited run series, only 5 issues. So it will time up pretty much right with the launch of the game. And I believe the last issue comes out right after the game. So
Did
if
you read them already? The first 2?
Yes, I did. And
Thoughts?
I'm
I'm just
enjoying
gonna
it.
borrow yours.
The art's fantastic. I'm not letting anybody touch these. Sorry, Mike.
Can you read
They're
them
in
to
their
me, then?
cellophane. Yeah, I'll read to you. I'll live stream read. Actually,
There it is.
not a bad idea. Anybody want to see me live stream comics? But yeah, so I've really enjoyed it. And then I've also started some other Star Wars series, which are every couple weeks releasing too, which is weird to me because I've never been into comics. But now I'm kind of like falling in fairly hard. So can't wait for that game to come out though. Very excited. And I think that brings us to the end. As always, thank you guys for watching. Again, whether it's live at twitch.tv/SlightlySaltSquad or on your favorite podcast network. We've got Extra Life coming up November 2nd. Again, any ideas you guys got, anything you want to see out of that 24 hours of stream? Again, specific games, whether it's we're talking about doing some tabletop RPGs. We're talking about, now that I'm saying this, Yahtzee maybe. We'll play some board games. Yahtzee games.
Goose game?
Goose game. Who knows? Let us know what you guys want to see. Really, it's raising money through you guys. So whatever you guys want, let us know. Whether it's shaving
For $50
heads.
donation, I will read Of Mice and Men in whichever voice you'd like me to. $50 donation, I will stand here and read Of Mice and Men to you.
How long is
That's
that?
terrible. That sounds terrible.
How long is it? It's a 24-hour stream. We need more than that, don't we?
I read pretty fast, okay?
Ooh, Twister. How many? Oh my god. We're gonna need to figure out a price point on Twister because I'm down, but that's gonna be.
Could you imagine every time we get a donation for we'll call it donation. Every time there's a $1 spin the wheel, and we just have to we play. Oh my goodness. No. It's for the children.
Mike's really
John,
excited. I'm scared.
John, it's for the children, John.
But yeah, let us know what you think. Tales of Nerdia wants to light Deion on fire, so
Yeah, let's
Maybe that'll
not do
happen.
that. Let's not do that.
I'm so messed up.
Okay. Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate you watching. And until next time, stay salted.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.